It's Week 14 of the NFL. And we've got the Seahawks, versatile running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Seahawks and the Cards, and it comes...
The Seahawks offense on the field now, down 3-0 here early. And all eyes on this man, their star running back. His guys, though, they will not have playoff football to look forward to this year.
But knowing him like we do, we know that he'll finish this thing out strong. He's a professional, and he'll want to set the tone for next season in this game.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Geno. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. And complete to Smith and Jigba. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Geno now to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good job by Chris Barnes getting a hand in there, knocking that pass. Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Geno. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now it's Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
The Seahawks at 5-7 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. Smith throwing again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And a short gain here down to the 22. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. On 4th down, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw, Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Visitors offense, and they're getting set to go once more.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some good and some bad. Heck of a job to get away from that first tackler, but still, they're able to drop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks are back within a score. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry. Smith going to move him around.
Smith now throwing to start the drive.
Quick slant to Brown.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Right back to him on 1st down.
He'll get this up to about the 44. 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And the tackle there by Chris Barnes. 2nd and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Breaks through the contact. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
125 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. And he continues to add on to his amazing touchdown total on the ground. That is number 25 for him on the year as he moves ever closer to the all-time record.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
2nd and 10.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
To get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game too.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Fighting his way through contact. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he continues to rack up the yardage on the ground. That last run going to move him over 200 yards rushing now in this game alone. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Now a handoff as they run left side. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Now a 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. But he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Ball rests on the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got a very entertaining game throughout.
So for the Seahawks, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.